Hi everyone and welcome back. Okay, let's try this question together. So we've got x plus 5 in brackets, take 4 equals to 32. So let's try solve this. So our first step in order to solve this is to work out what this is. We have to work with our brackets. And I like to draw in the arrows to show what I'm doing. It's a good idea because it helps you remember the steps. So you're going to do that times that first, which is x squared, then that times that, which is positive 5x, that times that, which is positive 5x, and that times that, which is positive 25. And then you got like terms here. A lot of you could probably do this in your head straight away. And so you would get x squared, 5x plus 5x is 10x plus 25. So that is what this part is. And let's write out everything else. So we've still got take 4 equals to 32. Nice. Okay. This is a quadratic and we want a quadratic to equal to 0 because then we can factorize and solve. So we just need to bring this 32 over to this side and it will become a negative. So we're left with x squared plus 10x plus 25. We've still got this minus 4 here and we brought this 32 over, so it would be subtract 32. Beautiful. And let's collect our like terms. So you got 25 take 4, which is 21. And then you got 21 take 32, which is negative 11. So let's rewrite this. We still have our x squared. We still have 10x. And then we did 25 take 4, which is 21. 21 take 32, which is negative 11. And this equals to 0. Okay, so it looks a bit more straightforward. We could try solve this quadratic. So we just need to list our multiples of 11, which are only 1 and 11. 11 is a prime number. They need to multiply to give us negative 11 and add together to give us positive 10. And we'll be like, that means 1 needs to be negative, 1 needs to be positive. If I have positive 11 take 1, that would add together. 11 take 1 would give me that 10, and they would multiply together to give me negative 11. So I know these two are my factors, and they're the correct way around. So then we could just write out our brackets. So you've got x minus 1 as the first factor, and x plus 11 as the second factor. And this equals to 0. And then we could just say, according to the null factor, if you've got two factors that multiply to give you 0, either the first one equals to 0 or the second one equals to 0. Then we could rearrange this and x will equal to 1 or x would equal to negative 11. So two solutions. You can actually substitute them back in to your quadratic. I'll let you do that for homework, or to our original equation, and just make sure it holds true. It should for both 1 and negative 11. Okay, let's quickly run through it because it's a good idea to always check our work. Why not? So let's check solution 1 if x equals to 1. So we're going to rewrite our equation. We had x plus 5 minus 4, and we want to know if it equals to 32. So let's substitute our 1. So you've got 1 plus 5, 1 plus 5, and we want to know if take 4, and that gives me 32. 1 plus 5 is 6, 1 plus 5 is 6, 6 times 6, 36, and 36 take 4 is 32. 32 does equal to 32. Our left-hand side does equal our right-hand side, so we know it is the correct solution. What about the other one? So let's check when x equals negative 11. So let's write out my equation. This one's going to be a lot more fun because we've got negatives, and I love working with negatives. 11 plus 5 minus 11 plus 5, take 4. And we want to know if it equals to 32. Minus 11 plus 5 is negative 6. Minus 11 plus 5, you get negative 6. And negative 6 times negative 6 again is positive 36. So when you have two negatives multiplied by each other, you get a positive. So be careful of that. And 36 take 4 is 32. So 32 does equal 32. So we know that x equals to -11 is a solution, and x equals to 1 is also a solution. So yeah, good idea to always check. Nice. I hope you found that quite helpful and useful. Well done if you were able to do this. And thank you for watching. I'll catch you next time.